should always expect a knockout, you know? Don't ever not expect a knockout from Keith One-Time Thurman.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Boxtalk. Nothing's better in boxing than legit 50-50 fights. Fights where you cannot give a fair opinion on who's gonna win because there's so many variables. And guess what? We've been lucky to say we've had a few of them on the show. More than a few of them, and we're like, guess what? I look forward to this one.
Alright, what was your, in history of Boxtalk, your 50-50 fight that you couldn't call?
Oh, there's been a few.
Let's see if we're on the same page.
There's been a few.
What's your 50 that you were like, I can't call this one? There's only one in my head.
The girl.
That's it, done.
Yeah.
Wait, that's it.
Yeah.
That was the I can't call it, I am shocked.
Yeah.
That was my legit 50-50 fight. Alright, but it has been a few, but that is the one that stands out for me. This is up there with that.
We've got one coming up on the 25th of June, and I'll tell you right now, as I sit here talking to you, watched all their fights, knowing all about these fights since they come up, I can't tell you who's going to win this fight as it stands right now. I'm talking Shawn Porter and Keith One-Time Thurman. I'm a Thurman fan.
What's Shawn's nickname? Is it Showtime?
Showtime, yeah.
I don't know where he gets that from, because he's not like in any way flashy. You know what I mean? He needs to change his nickname.
I'm a Thurman fan. Everyone knows I'm a Thurman fan. I'm trying to say I think Thurman's definitely got something.
Light skin thing.
But guess what? What's light skin?
The light skin thing. I'm telling you, it's the light skin thing.
Yeah. But Porter, boy, is a handful. Yeah. And Porter's style is not good for Thurman. I tell you that.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, and I'll lead on to it as well, because I still remember when we was watching Porter Brook together. We had a few people. Was it your house or mine?
It was your house.
Yeah, and we had a few people, and I remember just saying to Ryan, "This is awful."
Yeah.
Like honestly, you couldn't pay me to fight Porter.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I was a professional boxer, I'm not fighting that kid. It's just non-stop swarming, and you need someone with the composure of Brook. That's one thing I give Kell Brook for. If anything, Kell Brook has the composure similar to Mayweather, and people might laugh about that. He doesn't get flustered like that.
And he's got nothing similar to Mayweather. Jab first, jab last, jab. Everything's jab.
Starts with the jab, ends with the jab.
Yeah, he keeps that distance.
Thurman
don't have the distance.
Thurman literally doesn't have a jab. Someone's like, look, he's got a jab,
but it's not a discipline like that.
No. He wants to get into a war.
And it's not as educated as well. Like I said, Kell Brook's jab is not just that, it's about timing. He snaps it on you. Porter don't have a jab like that. Sorry, Thurman don't have a jab like that.
I was looking at who has fought kind of the better resume, who's kind of done things. You look at Porter and you think, okay, Porter Broner was a good win, even though he got put down the last. I think that was more for concentration than anything, and maybe dehydration. Obviously, went down to 145 for that fight, or 144, I can't remember. And the Kell Brook fight, they're the kind of big ones that stand out. Obviously, he smashed through Paulie Malignaggi, we know that. Look at Thurman, you kind of think, Guerrero. Struggled a bit with Glazer, we know that. That body shot really hurt him.
Struggled a bit with Guerrero.
And I've always said this about Thurman. Every time Ryan I'm always like trying to bring it down a bit, thinking, not too sure. Every time I watch him, I'm impressed with a few rounds. Then even against Bundu, it wasn't great, and I'm like, not too sure. But then he has that equalizer.
Yes.
But does he have the equalizer? I've said this on other videos at the highest level. I've seen him knock guys out at the lower level.
Here's what I like about Thurman, and this is what I think what makes him a little bit different from the other guys, is that he comes, as much as a boxer, he comes with a mindset to end. So you know that he's going to box you, and he's going to he's looking for that opening to land that shot, He's actually going for the kill. I don't want to start throwing out great names, but it reminds me of the old school snipers, what I'm trying to say. They're there waiting to catch that big shot and to lay you out, I'm trying to say. You know what I mean, yeah? And it's hard to, that's what I like about him. I like that mentality, and I like that from early days, he was calling out the top names. He wants to prove himself and fight the best all the time. That's old school, Porter on a similar mindset, doesn't have the power, but again, old school as well, kind of where I'll fight anyone. Give me the guys, I'll fight them. I'm not going to complain, oh, my guy's Porter, give me short notice, I'll fight him. I like those mentality type fighters.
Who's the better boxer?
Thurman.
Thurman's the better boxer.
Thurman's the better technical boxer out of the both, Porter's style is about swarming and breaking rhythm. He doesn't give you a chance to set your feet, don't give you a chance to set punches, don't give you a chance to breathe. He's up in your chest, and he will use his forearm and push you out and bully you and force you into a dogfight.
Will this little accident affect Thurman? No one's too sure how serious it was, but regardless, you're ready to go. You have an accident, then you've got to start. You've got to start again. Whereas Porter can just tail it off a little bit, and then go again. I'm not sure. What was it again? Was it back? Was it leg?
Back or leg. But my biggest problem for Thurman in this fight is inactivity. Yeah, because even before the accident, he weren't being very, very active. I mean, his last 2 fights were Guerrero and Collazo. Yeah, Bundy fight was before that, isn't it? Yeah.
Bundy fight was way before that, yeah.
Tell me when the Collazo fight off the top of your head is.
Can't remember.
Okay, it's over a year ago, most probably. Mostly summertime. Yeah, that's a problem for me. Real big problem. Young fighters that should be active. Yes, he got caught in an accident, so you can't really blame him. But even before the accident, he wasn't fighting as frequently as possible. And we spoke about this before in This Week in Boxing, where like you said, the curse of PBC is that he's not getting fights. That's a problem for me. Another thing that's interesting is the rumours that they sparred previously.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone said it was very good sparring, but you do have slightly different versions of it. One say it was a feeling that they're kind of having a little bit of a, just practicing and warming up.
A little touching session.
Yeah, a little touching session. Other versions that it kind of went into the trenches, and when they talk about it face to face on camera, it's kind of like, you know what happened, and like, yeah, you know what happened, so you know it's a little bit more heat than they said. But according to some other reports, Porter was all over Thurman, and Thurman couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And I think they said that Thurman wanted to pull out after, or Thurman's corner pulled him after 3-4 rounds, saying it's too intense.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you normally don't have fighters that say they had terrible sparring that asked for the fight.
You kind of wonder if he's asked for it or almost been forced to take it with PBC. I sometimes wonder with PBC what really goes on in terms of you have to take fights.
Kind of like the UFC and Dana White.
In a way, I mean, would Porter have gone down to 145 to fight Broner and not been like, here's a check, take the fight? I kind of feel like both of them have asked, Porter's asked for a big name, Thurman's not fighting no one, guys, you're just going to have to fight each other, you're going to have to fight each other. I'm not entirely sure that Thurman has the mentality or the IQ, and I don't mean to be rude when I say that, to know how to deal with that swarming of Porter. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how he deals with it. Broner, we even saw Broner, and I think Broner's a good boxer. I think Broner doesn't move his legs, but he's a good boxer, and he couldn't handle that swarming. And he was used to that swarming because he fought Maidana, and he thought, I'll be okay with it. He still couldn't handle it. Even for Brook, look, some people to this day still have Porter winning that fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think you thought it was very close as well, didn't you? I wasn't sure at the end. I don't know, for Thurman. I really think that Porter does this, and I think Porter does this quite easily.
Do we know what's short about Porter Thurman? The reason I wasn't sure about Porter Brook was I think Brook landed the better punches and controlled the pace of the fight in terms of his jab. But in terms of landing punches, making it dirty and being the aggressor, Porter was trying it. So even though I had Brook winning the fight, I understood the split decision. Now, I mean, I can see where someone could look at it and say, guess what? This guy's trying X, Y, Z. He's actually making it. And sometimes judges do that when they say, oh, you're making a fight, they give you points for it. But I'm more like of the quality punches I prefer more than making a fight.
Yeah.
You mentioned how do you stop Porter swarming you? There's only one way to stop him swarming you. Hit him with something. Yeah, hit him with something hard, early. Let him get your respect. And then guess what? I don't want to feel that again.
Yes. Yeah,
and to do that with Porter, I wouldn't say it's easy, but because he's coming at you, what you're going to do is have the patience and the timing to land it clean. Yeah, you don't have to knock him out or knock him down. Just let him know that I could get you when you rush me.
And if there's 147-pound fighter I would want to land one, it'd be Thurman.
Yeah.
Thurman has that punch where I think Thurman could catch him coming in. Yeah. Thurman's slightly taller as well, and it's to lean back a bit and bang.
Thurman does it as well sometimes where he kind of backpedals a little bit and kind of rolls it and then lets it in, you know what I mean? And because he does it regular, I think the Porter comes onto it. But if he could sneak it and hide it and get Porter's respect early, we're in for a tremendous match.
I'm going to be very honest with you, Mason. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I'm not high on Thurman.
I know you're not.
I'm not high on Thurman, guys. I've got to be straight with you. I like him. I think everything about him. I like one time. I like the way he talks. I like him. But I'm not convinced he is as good as we think he is. As good as a lot of people think he is. And I just think he's a good boxer in the 147-pound division. Almost like Devin Alexander was a good boxer. There are good boxers in there. But since I've seen him against what I would call gatekeepers now in Guerrero and Collazo, I'll call those gatekeepers, I'm not impressed. When I think of what Amir Khan done to Collazo, and I think of solid performance, and I'm thinking of the performance with Thurman, I know you shouldn't really compare, but I've got to because they're both 147-pounders now. I'm not convinced with Thurman. I'm not convinced of his power at the elite level. Either everyone talks about this one punch KO power. Like me and Ryan said, you can get to 0 and 20 and knock out everyone. When you fight the elites, they can seem to absorb that power. And so far, Bundu, I know he got hit down a couple of times, but Bundu seemed to absorb it quite well. Galazzo, Guerrero, not convinced people.
I know you're not high on Thurman. I think that the Guerrero fight Guerrero was still legit at the time. I think he was on the slide because after the Mayweather performance, but he was still a top 10 guy.
Was that after the Kama guy? Guerrero. Kagawa, sorry.
Kama guy, yeah, before.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so, but I still think Guerrero at the time was a mid top 140s, 147 guy. You know, 6, 7, 8 possibly. The Galazzo fight, not defending Thurman, but he got caught. He got caught badly with a body shot. And you always know body shots are the worst to get caught by. You know what I mean? Because they decapitate you. They literally take everything out of you. But I like that he came back from that. So that's why sometimes I like sometimes when a fighter gets knocked down, it proves he can get back up.
Adversity, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it shows that, guess what, he will take it and he will fight through it. And he had to fight through it because he was seriously hurt. Even the round after, he seemed quite troubled by it.
Yeah.
So I like seeing that he has been hurt and he's recovered from it. With Porter, I ain't seen that yet. Because as much as Porter's always been the underdog to me. Seems like he's the underdog and he's proven himself to be possibly the best 147 guy in the world right now. Possibly he's got a good shot.
There's an argument for it.
Because let's be fair, no Mayweather, no Pacquiao. Yeah.
No Brook.
No
shit. Brook does fight still.
Yeah, exactly.
Forgot Brook fights.
Just remember, since he fought Brook, whose career's gone sky high and whose career's gone sideways. Yeah. So you know, I like Porter. I definitely think he's got something to give. I just don't know who to go for. I know you say you got Porter. How?
You know what?
Points or stoppage?
Points. I'll be shocked if anyone can stop Thurman, to be honest. I just remember the beating he put on Devin Alexander as well. He just rushed him. I know Devin Alexander's a small 147 guy, but again, he's a skilled boxer, and he just rushed him. Just literally rushed him. And even against Brook done very well to get out of that. He rushed him. Paulie Malignaggi just got literally, don't want to swear on the show, bum effed.
Yeah.
You know, just swarmed him. It's awful.
Porter's a handful.
It's awful. It's disgusting. And went on to Broner as well. Broner thought, I'll drain him, take a couple of pounds out of him. Swarmed him. Yeah. Just caught it's like bees coming at you and you can't do nothing about it. And I just feel like, if Thurman doesn't, like you say, so if Thurman doesn't do what you said, which is catch him early, almost like what Brook did, and he kind of stopped swarming a bit, then it's going to be a long, difficult night for Thurman. If Thurman can catch him early, then Thurman's got a great chance. If he doesn't, I can see Porter just taking this on points.
Like, I know you hate when I do this, but it's like, the way I see it right now, if it was a points decision, I'll fall for Porter. If it was a KO, I'll go for Thurman. Yeah,
I'm not sure Thurman's got the... I mean, I'm not sure Porter's got the punch power. Yeah, I mean, definitely not got the punch power of Thurman.
But no, if you didn't watch the fight and you said it was a KO, I'll go, yeah, Thurman got it. Know what I mean? If I heard points, I said, yeah, it was Porter. I've got a feeling inactivity is going to be an issue.
And the injury, we're not sure how serious it was,
but it's going to be an issue, inactivity. Without a solid jab, you can't deal with Porter.
How long do you want the video to be for? Jeez.
I'm going for Thurman by stoppage. Porter swarms and comes in. Thurman's got power. He's going to be behind on points. Yeah, and mostly be suffering. And you'll catch Porter coming in with something. Porter, as much as he's swarming, he's wild. And he's a little bit reckless. And I think Thurman's sharper punching will save him in a fight he's losing.
Alright, there you go, guys. Again, June 25th.
June 25th.
It's a good night of boxing. Same night as Anthony Joshua, Dominic Brazil. So it's one of those ones where we're going to get the drinks in, get the food in, and watch some boxing, boy. But look, guys, let's just respect these two regardless. We've got two guys that are definitely, for me, in the top 5 of the 147-pound division, squaring off at each other. Someone's going to lose. And people are not afraid to lose their oaths. Thurman's got, obviously, Porter's lost one already, but Thurman's got an oath. He's not, you know, let's do it. And that's how boxing should be. For the last few years, a few guys scared of losing their oaths and we've not got the matchups. Finally, in this 147 division that we said has been hot for like 5-6 years, forever it seems, we've got two guys that are going to square off. And I think we've got a great fight here. I really do. And you could argue that the winner of this is the #1 division.
You can
make an argument. I'm not saying it, but you can make an argument.
You could.
With Pacquiao gone, like you said, Mayweather gone, and Brook not fighting no one really.
And Conor's last fight, 147, was against Chris Algieri.
Didn't look good, and then obviously we know what happened when he went up to a few pounds. So, legitimately, you're talking about #1 division.
You can make a serious argument. I wouldn't disagree with anyone who said that they were the best. I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. But guys, who do you think wins? Keith one-time Thurman or Shawn not Showtime Porter? Because you're not Showtime. I mean, I give you it, but you're not Showtime.
Alright, I've got one question to ask you though before you end the video. If Porter wins, who does the post-fight press conference or post-fight interview?
Oh, Kenny, all day long.
Yeah, Kenny Porter.
Kenny Porter. Yeah, Kenny Porter. Kenny, you got to stop wearing. I mean, you got to start wearing that hat. I love it. I didn't even know that he looks like those guys from New Jack City.
Nino Brown.
Nino Brown. Kenny Nino Brown. That's what we're gonna call you from now on. All right, there you go, guys. Leave your comments below. Share the video. Subscribe. Tweet the usual. Peace.